Hello everyone, and welcome back to Echo Tales. Today's story is not just for your English listening practice. It's a lesson about patience, kindness, and believing in yourself even when the world doesn't. This story is called The Bridge Builder, and it will remind you that sometimes the strongest bridges are built not with stones, but with hope. In a small riverside village lived a young man named Ethan. He was 22, curious, ambitious, and full of dreams. He wanted to become an engineer and build bridges that connected people, towns, and dreams. But life was not easy. Ethan's family was poor. His father, George, worked as a fisherman, and his mother, Anna, sold vegetables in the market. Ethan often helped them before going to school, but he dreamed of studying in the city. Thus, one evening, sitting beside the river, Ethan whispered to himself, "One day, I'll build a bridge here, not just for people, but for my family's future." The next morning, an announcement spread through the village. "The old wooden bridge has collapsed. People can't cross the river." The bridge had connected their village to the nearby town. Without it, farmers couldn't sell their goods, children couldn't reach school, and families were stuck on either side. The local mayor promised a new bridge, but said it would take months and a lot of money. Ethan stood near the broken bridge and thought, "Maybe I can fix it. Even if I can't build a big one, I can build something that helps." When he told others, they laughed. You're just a fisherman's son." One man scoffed. "Leave it to the government, boy," another added. But Ethan didn't listen. He had something stronger than experience. He had determination. Ethan started collecting scrap wood, old nails, and broken planks from around the village. Every day after work, he spent hours by the river, sketching ideas in the sand. His father worried. "Ethan, this is dangerous. The current is strong." Ethan smiled. "Dad, I have to try. You always told me, no dream is too big if your heart is honest." At first, the villagers ignored him. Then they began to watch, curious if the boy could really build something. Weeks passed. Ethan's hands were bruised, his clothes dirty, his tools few. One night, a storm hit. The river rose high and washed away everything he had built. The next morning, the villagers whispered, "See? We told him." Ethan sat near the broken beams, eyes full of tears. Felt small, defeated. For days, he didn't go back. But one evening, an old carpenter named Mr. Howard came to visit him. He said, "Ethan, your bridge didn't fail. It taught you what not to do. Every builder loses before he wins." Those words lit a spark in Ethan's heart again. With Mr. Howard's guidance, Ethan learned how to strengthen his structure. He worked day and night, using ropes, stones, and better designs. His friends began helping him. One brought wood, another lent tools. Even the fishermen offered ropes from their boats. Day by day, plank by plank, a new bridge began to take shape. This time, stronger. This time, wiser. But just when things were improving, tragedy struck. Ethan's father, George, fell ill. The doctor said he needed medicine from the town, but without a bridge, crossing the river was too dangerous. Ethan stayed awake that night, staring at the unfinished bridge. He whispered, "If I can finish it, I can save him." He worked through the night, under rain and wind, hammering the last planks with trembling hands. By dawn, his clothes were soaked, his hands bleeding, but the bridge stood firm. Ethan crossed the river, brought back the medicine, and saved his father's life. The villagers were speechless. Word spread quickly. People started crossing Ethan's bridge every day. To trade, to meet family, to go to school. The mayor visited and said, "You built this, without pay or permission." Ethan nodded nervously. "I just wanted to help." The mayor smiled. "Then you've done what no government could. You've united people." A few months later, Ethan received a scholarship to study civil engineering in the city. The government offered to fund his education because of the bridge he built with his heart. Years passed. Ethan became one of the most respected engineers in the region. He built bridges across rivers, mountains, and cities, but he always remembered the first one in his small village. One day, he returned home with his father and mother. Children were playing near the same bridge, still strong after all those years. A small plaque on it read, "The Bridge of Hope, built by Ethan, the fisherman's son." Tears filled his eyes. He smiled and whispered, "Dreams are not free, but when they're built with love, they last forever." Now let's reflect on what we can learn, both in English and in life. First, let's look at some vocabulary. Determination. This means to never give up, even when things are very hard. Ethan showed determination when he rebuilt the bridge after the storm. Sacrifice. This is when you give up something important for something even greater. Ethan sacrificed his time and energy to build the bridge for his community. Resilient. This means being strong enough to recover from failure or difficulties. After the storm destroyed his work, Ethan was resilient and started over. Legacy. This is something meaningful that you leave behind for others. The bridge and his story became Ethan's legacy. Now, let's think about the life lessons from this story. First, dreams require action, not just desire. Ethan didn't just wish for a bridge. He picked up tools and started building it. Second, failure is part of progress. Every mistake is a teacher. When the storm washed his work away, it taught him how to build a stronger bridge the next time. Third, hard work inspires others. True leadership begins with effort. When others saw Ethan's commitment, they were inspired to help him. And finally, build bridges, not walls. Help others rise with you. Ethan's bridge connected his community and brought everyone together. When life breaks your bridge, don't sit and wait for someone else to fix it. Gather your courage, pick up the pieces, and start again. Because every bridge you build, in work, in dreams, in relationships, becomes a path for someone else to follow. The bridge builder reminds us that nothing is truly lost when you keep trying. Your hands might shake, your heart might doubt, but if you keep building with love and hope, your bridge will stand forever. Thank you for listening to Echo Tales. If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring English stories that teach both language and life.